Okay, hi. We're going to talk about some arm exercises today. I think that I do a lot of my work without weights, but I did bring water bottles so that you could at least have something to hold on to. They don't put a lot of weight into what we're going to do, but sometimes it's just the idea of having something. I do a lot of my arm work by just literally pulling that muscle in. So if I'm doing curls like this, I will relax my hand kind of on the way down, but when I come up, I just really focus and flex that all the way up. Like, give myself the resistance so I don't have to use a weight. And if you really do that, you will see you don't need a weight. If you're just starting, don't do as much. But even just doing that, and I have pretty good arms, that really got me tired. So, so doing curls is always good, and that's good for here. When you're doing curls and you have weights or without, you kind of want to keep your elbows in the same place. So right here, so when you're coming up and down, you don't want to be swinging your arms around. The one thing you really, when you're doing any kind of exercises, you're better off using less weight and doing the exercise correctly than doing more and having to, use your whole body. You're not doing it correctly, and you can hurt your joints. So you want to leave your arm down. You don't ever straighten it all the way out. So when you come up all the way, and then when you come back down, keeping your elbow where it's at. There's all kinds of little arm stuff. So if you want to do triceps, slightly bend over, keep your knees bent, have your arm up, and when you do a tricep, you're going to push, but you're going to keep, again, you're not moving your elbow up and down. You are only moving this part of your arm. But as you do that, really feel your triceps. Really focus on really squeezing them as you're doing the exercise. Like right now, you just squeeze them. And you don't need a lot of weight if you really can be self-disciplined and really focus on squeezing that muscle area, which is much nicer if you don't have to. Now, to just throw in some other parts of arms, you can always just, lifting up is your shoulders, doing any kind of arm raises like this. Now, when I focus on not using a lot of weights on my shoulders, I really push down and then bring my arms up. So as I'm bringing my arms up, I'm focusing on pushing my shoulder down, and that gives my shoulder the resistance that I need instead of using a weight. Again, you just pull it up. We will get to some band stuff because bands are very cheap and we can use those quite well as well. Again, pushing up like this. The other thing I like to do, it's arms, but it's kind of chest too, is like pulling your arms together. So if you're in this position and then squeezing your arms, and then you're focusing on squeezing your chest together, at the same time, it kind of gives you a little bit of a workout here and right here. So really focus on squeezing that muscle as you're bringing your arms in. And again, you don't need any weight. It really does work, I swear. That's how I got mostly fit. I didn't have weights. I really didn't. So I would do that a lot while I was dancing. If you have a chair, you can do some dips. When you're doing dips, put your legs out and bring your body down and up. And that is a dip, and you can do those on chairs or a bench or anything that you have. Another thing you can do is push-ups, of course. And don't ever feel bad if you have to do push-ups on your knees, because guess what? You're working your arms. To get better at push-ups though, if you want to, and you can't do them when you're not on your knees, on your feet, is do as many as you can. If that means one or a half of one, start out by doing as many on your hand or on your feet as you can. When you can't do any more, then go to your knees. And if you're doing that, a couple, 3 times a week, you'll eventually be able to do more and more push-ups. I'm still only about at 10, I don't know. So, but however, when I do push-ups, I, take the foot off or whatever. I think that kind of does a good little arm thing. And what I do too, and I'm going to show this to you over the next couple of weeks is I do a lot of that arm stuff while I'm dancing. So I'm going to get dancing in and my arms in and have a good time. So I'll bring that to you also, and we'll do some dancing with some exercises in it. So anyway, have a great day, and those are the arms.